Hello, welcome to Taco Transit, and I'm Subway Mark. I've already covered heavy rail, light rail, commuter rail on my channel. Today I'm going to talk about city buses. So, let's dive in. The purpose of my channel and this video series is to provide you my insights and experience from riding transit systems, passenger railways, and railway museums from around the world. At the time of this video, we are crossing over the 800 subscribers, so I want to thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do consider subscribing today and hit that notification bell so you'll know anytime a video hits this feed. Okay, so I have covered the traditional forms of at least rail-based transit, heavy rail, light rail, and commuter rail. But there's so many other forms of transit in our cities. Probably the one I probably should cover the first, and is probably what's most ubiquitous, are city buses. Most cities run by city bus. From small to the large, all cities have buses of some sort. And in some cities that even have large rail systems, buses actually move more people than their trains. New York City might be an exception, but even in New York City, if it wasn't for the buses, New York City wouldn't run, because buses cover the subway deserts where no subways are, and they also act as crosstowns. So there's places that you can't go by subway, but you can by bus. And a lot of them are transit-dependent neighborhoods, so they really need that bus. Then let's look at Chicago with the L system. Did you know that the bus handles more people per day than the L system? According to APTA's Q4 2022 statistical database, the CTA buses handle 466,000 people on an average weekday, while the L system handled 334,000 people on an average weekday. So you can see buses move more than trains. Then closer where I live, there's Portland TriMet. TriMet bus system moves 107,000 people on an average weekday. Everyone knows about the MAX system, but at least in Q4 2022, it was only moving 64,000 people on an average weekday. So their buses definitely king. And where I live in Salem, Oregon, we only have buses, which is the case for many smaller cities around the US and around the world. Of course, there are many forms of buses. So you have your traditional local city bus. That's what everyone knows about in most cities. Just moves people from A to B in a very local-like fashion. Then there's higher quality bus systems or bus lines that are called bus rapid transit, or BRT. BRT makes it sound like it is very exclusive, very fast system, and it does run faster than local systems, but oftentimes that's just through some engineering. They might have some nicer stops than your traditional bus. May have some reserved right-of-way, or at least exclusive lanes for the buses, maybe all-door boarding, and maybe you pay fares off the bus or you tap on the bus, so there's no cash transacted on the bus, which all makes for faster service. And that's what it really is about. Now, there are some BRT systems outside the US that are really rapid transit, almost light rail-like, where they have full, almost metro-like stops, including turnstiles and very truly exclusive bus right-of-way. That's truly BRT. Then there's trolley buses, or electric trolley buses, or ETBs. So these are buses that gather power from the overhead wire. Today's trolley buses, they have off-wire capability, so they can go a mile or two, or maybe even a little bit longer off-wire. So if they need to divert because of some sort of situation like a fire or something, they can actually go around that with the poles down and then hook up to the wires later on down the road. Or maybe they wanted to extend a bus route beyond where the wires are, so they can pull the poles down and go that extra couple miles to the end of the route, and then turn around and then clip onto the wires when they head back into town. Now, there is a trend today of electrifying bus systems. To me, I think that's a misnomer. I think it's really batterification of bus systems, because we have electric buses today. They just need wires. But the electric buses today are more battery buses, so they have to get charged either overnight or at terminals, or maybe they need even top-up charging along the route. To me, it's sad what some cities have done. An example is Wellington, New Zealand, which had this rather large trolley bus system. And then in 2017, they decided they were going to electrify their buses by going to battery buses. They want to get rid of those unsightly wires. So one day they decided, okay, we stopped trolley buses today, and then within a couple weeks, all the wires were down. And guess what? They still don't have electric buses in New Zealand today. They're still using diesel buses. So I'm not sure how that works. Closer to home in Boston, they had trolley buses running into Harvard Underground Station. Guess what? They decided they're going to stop those buses from running due to a construction project and convert it to diesel buses. So they stopped those. So Boston stops the trolley buses, and now they need to convert the former trolley bus barn into a charge barn or electric barn to charge all the electric buses overnight. I'm not sure if that's more green in the end of the day, but that is what seems like, or at least political people seem to want to push forward. Instead of having wires, which I think distributes power more evenly, instead of having power concentrated at the bus depot. I don't understand what the rationale for that. And then batteries do have a fixed life, while electric trolley buses can last for a long time. Meanwhile, in Seattle, they have replaced the bodies of the buses, but the running gear is actually the older running gear, just refurbished, because traction motors can last a long time with proper maintenance. I'll probably talk more about batterification and trolley buses in its own video in the future. What do you think of electrification, batterification of our buses? Are there any specific transit modes that you would like me to cover in the future? I do plan to cover cities specifically, but I do want to dive into transit forms as well. So please do let me know this or anything else in the comments below. Well, I hope you like this quick breakdown of city buses. Until next time, please watch the closing doors, and I'll see you at the next station. Bye now.